In this video, I will tell you how do I appear for entrance examinations or competitive entrance examinations. So the first thing which I do is I look at the question paper. It could be a physical question paper or an online question paper, and the amount of time I give it is around 5 to 10 minutes. Now obviously when I look at the question paper, the first thing which you need to look into the question paper is the format, the scoring scheme, whether it's +3 -1 or +4 -1 or no negative marking, and you have to understand which questions carry more amount of weightage. Now there are questions which have multiple choice correct meaning if you have 4 options to choose from and you have to choose 1, 2, 3 or all, that's multiple choice correct, and your single choice correct is just one of the 4 or one of the 5 or one of the 6. So you have to understand that most of the multiple choice correct questions have a more weightage, so you need to have a kind of cost benefit analysis to it, because a lot of multiple choice correct questions have a bit of negative aspect to it, that if you do not get even one of the choice correct, you can get a negative marking. So I look at the question paper, look at the scoring scheme, and I also look at the questions which are easy. So what I do is in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I look at all the questions. Now, obviously, this is a cursory look at the questions to understand what kind of the question paper it is. The reason I do this is because I want to understand the difficulty level of the question paper. Now, this comes with practice. If you have appeared for a lot of entrance examinations, only then you get a knack of that. So how to understand the difficulty of the question paper is one of my primary objectives while the first round of attacking the question paper. So in the 5 to 10 minutes, I understand which subject question paper is easy or difficult and according to my strength. So what I do next is I choose one of the subject which is my strength or my favorite, and if I cannot choose that, I have to go in a specific order, I follow that order. But even in that order, let us say that I have to start with mathematics. I will choose the topic which I like a lot in mathematics. So it could be, let's say, probability. So that's how I begin it. And when I begin with that concept, I try to solve the easiest of the questions. Whenever I'm at a question, I take 1 to 2 seconds to decide whether I will solve it or not. And if I decide to solve it, then I give it around 1 to 2 minutes. So if I am not able to solve it in the next 1 to 2 minutes, I will leave that question and move to the next one. Again, I'll give 1 to 2 seconds to decide whether I'll be solving this question now or not. Then again 1 to 2 minutes to solve it, and repeat the process hence on. So when I do that process, obviously I'll not be able to complete a lot of questions which I can solve. I will be roughly at, let's say, about 30% of my total attempts. So once I knock out all the easy questions, then I go to the questions which I feel that I could have attempted but I did not solve it. So these are the questions which I gave 1 or 2 seconds and I left them. So I'll go to those questions now, and then I'll again give them around 2 minutes of time. So once I'm through this stage, I'm roughly around, say, 60 to 70% of my attempts have been made there. Then I go to the questions which I did try in the first stage, but I could not get the right answer, or I could get to an intermediate step, and I try to finish them off. Now, if I follow this method, I roughly reach around 80 to 85% of my attempts. So the last stage becomes the most crucial stage, and the stage where you have to take a lot of decisions. Now over here, I have to have an understanding that what kind of the question paper this was, what was my earlier belief about the level of difficulty, and what is the current level of difficulty. Rather, what is the current difficulty level according to my belief. So I have to adjust my belief, and then I have to understand what kind of cutoff this exam could have and how should I give my attempts. So let's say I decide that the cutoff would be, let's say, 65%, and I'm somewhere around 65. So I will not solve any more questions. I will put myself there and just look at the questions which I have solved with a lot of time already and try to revise those attempts, so to ensure that I am not missing out by any amount of marks. Because if I have thought that 65% is the cutoff and I'm kind of getting around 65%, I have to ensure and I have to protect my 65% there. Now let us say there is a scenario that I think that the cutoff is 65% and I'm somewhere around 75 to 80%, then I will go for the kill. What I will do is I will choose few questions which I have some bit of idea and then take a bit of educated guess. Now this is a very high risk and also a high reward strategy, and I would advise against it for people who are new to entrance examinations. Now this could be someone who is taking his or her first mock, or this could be a person who has not taken any exam and this is the first entrance examination they are appearing for. So this is a strategy which can backfire you. So I would advise against it for new beginners. So this is a strategy for people who are very well versed in the subjects, right? But this is a good strategy. Now comes the next strategy. Let us say my estimated cutoff is 65% and I see myself roughly around 55%. Now this again is a bit of gamble which I am telling you, but I tend to have this approach as well. Now I don't know what I should do or what is the optimal strategy, but this is my strategy. So if let's say I have a shortfall like this, that I am roughly around 55% and the cutoff I expect around 65. So I will take a bit of gamble again, and again I will do a bit of educated guess to cross that barrier of 65%, because even though I am getting 55% and taking into account the negative scoring, I will go below the 55%. But if I have a good day, if my luck favors well, I will cross the cutoff barrier. I probably feel that I have not used this strategy a lot of times, because this strategy I have tried to use in a lot of mocks I gave for CAT or JEE. But if I have to look within, I have not used this strategy in MSQE or any economics entrance examinations, because generally the economics entrance examinations, they are not of this type that you have to decide a cutoff and then try to optimize it. Because generally what I have observed is that if you have read the subject thoroughly, you will automatically clear the cutoff. So this strategy which I described to you is for people who have completed the syllabus. If you're someone who has not completed the syllabus, then definitely any kind of guesswork will not help you. The reason I do this educated guess or this kind of optimization is because I have taken a lot of entrance examinations and I have taken a lot of mocks. So I have a kind of relationship with question papers. So whenever I look at a question paper of any exam, I don't look at it as a question, but for me that question paper becomes a living person, and that is how I look at the question paper. So my strategy is like I'm playing the game. So any exam for me is like a game. I first hunt out the easy ones, then go to the ones which I feel I can make easy, and then try to take a bit of gamble. So this is how I play the game of entrance examinations. Now obviously this won't be applicable to a lot of you guys, but this would be something which you can help you understand how my brain works, and this is certainly not something which is transferable. This is something which I'm trying to put forth to make you realize what really goes inside my head. Bye bye.